Your secret garden. I wanna be with you.
Welcome, y'all.
Let me lay beside you.
Get on in here and share this.
Do what you want me to. All night. I wanna hold you. Ooh, baby, can I touch you there?
What up, Rodney Harrison?
Let's make music.
First man in class.
Harmonizing ecstasy. I'll take good care.
It's not gonna be on my profile. It's gonna be under my page.
That's what a man is supposed to do. And I'll be there.
Project Alpha. Hi, Chris and Javon. Hi, Project Alpha.
All night. Pull your hair down. Let me get you in the mood for love.
What up, family? Welcome to another show, Date on Your Level. This is a series we're going to be talking about, and we are going to end up with a podcast, and we're just going to see how the Holy Spirit guides us and leads us through this thing. Tonight's topic, Date on Your Level. The 5 S's. Watch this, y'all. Yesterday, we established a definition for dating on your level. You remember that definition, Chris?
Don't pick somebody that you think is above you.
In your own words, that's pretty much that definition. The definition was overextending yourself to gain someone's affection or attention. Doing something that you wouldn't normally do to gain someone's affection or attention. Don't do that. When you do that, you're not dating on your level. Yeah. Now, listen, the reason I think that we need to talk about this stuff, because a lot of people find themselves in marriage, in relationships, in situations, and when they encounter these problems, they realize they can't fix it, they can't compromise it, and nobody ever really taught them. I believe people need to be taught how to be in long-term committed relationships. I believe people need to understand there's a process, there's a method to the madness, there's some pre-counseling, there's some things that we should just agree on before we move forward into a relationship. So tonight, we're going to talk about the S and smirk. Instead of smiling at a person, kind of smirk at them. The S and smirk, I got this teaching from my old pastor, so I got smirk from him. This is my teaching, but I like this acronym, so I give him credit for that. Shout out to Pastor Andy. So I never steal a nigga shit. But the S, sex, money, intangibles, irritants, the things that irritate you, religion, and kids. So tonight we're going to talk about the S, sex, the 5 S's, and dating on your level, right? The 5 S's and dating on your level. And before we get started, we're going to have a shot. I'm going to have me a little shot. The 5 S's, sex, service, submission, settle, and savior, in that order. And we're going to try to get done with this, not fast, but we're going to try to get done. We can bring people in and they can ask questions, get your notepads out, shout to the gods in the earths. I'm drinking kettle babies tonight. Kettle One, but they're babies. I call them kettle babies. Hey, little kettle baby, kettle baby, kettle baby, kettle baby, kettle baby. That's how they sound in my head when I drink one.
Tequillas. That's what I call
How they sound in your head?
Tequillas.
Kettle baby, kettle baby, kettle baby, hey, little kettle baby, kettle baby.
Tequillas.
Why you have to steal?
I want to be like you. I want to be like you.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay.
Listen, if a woman don't jack your swagger, jack your slang, or jack all the stuff about you, she don't like you. So to want to be like your man, yeah, I'm happy you want to be like me. God damn, you have to literally tap.
Yes. Where's my
kettle
drink?
baby? We're gonna get right into it. If someone don't teach you these things, the 5 S's, sex, service, submission, settle, and savior, When you run into a roadblock in one of these areas, you will break up. You will feel like you got drugged.
Well,
let me have a sip of my little drinky boy.
I think I need some. I left mine.
Waterfall it. Don't put your mouth on the actual.
Oh, no, yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to go get it.
All right. So make sure you be careful. Sex. I just don't. We kiss and we love, but I don't like drinking after people. That's one of my things. And we when we met each other, that's something we discussed. She was like, "Let me hit that." I was like, "Waterfall it." And she was like, "Why? We kiss each other." And I was like, "That's one of my things." So that's dating on your level. See, I noticed she said, "I'll go get mine." I didn't try to tell her, "Come on, baby, just waterfall it. You can have some of it. Don't get up and interrupt the show. Go get your shit."
Look, I am too high B to be trying to waterfall something live. I've been and spilt it all on my face. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna front. And yeah. And look, this is a great real life, real time example because people could be looking at it like, oh, you can't drink behind you won't drink behind her. I know that's not what he likes. Now, however, he has drank behind me before, but I know that that's not what he likes. So, women, could I waste time feeling some type of way about the fact that my man who's private I done put in my mouth won't drink behind me?
Or I done put your privates in my mouth and still won't drink behind you.
Yeah, but I'm saying I could because women be caught in their feelings about stuff. He don't like. I could waste time. You could waste time, but just accepting what somebody tells you is their truth. It's just all that you need to do.
It's dating on your level. You could do that with somebody you dated on your level. Now let's get into this. Sex, service, submission, settle, and savior. In that order. When you look at a man, when you look at a woman, if you wouldn't instantly give them some pussy or give her some dick, just like I'm that attracted to them, the shit not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Now let me explain to you what I mean. You're gonna have to look at these people instantly and get this feeling. I, as a dude, have been out at the club and been places and met a girl and she had a nice body or a nice ass or whatever, but I really won't feel her, but she had a nice personality. And my mind says she deserves some good dick. I'll take her down through there. Or a woman might look at a guy and say, you know what? I feel sorry for him. I'll get him some pussy.
Friend zone, dude.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a situation where I want you to explain real quick. You was actually engaged to a guy and y'all went on a trip and y'all was being holy. You tell the story, but make it fast. Make it fast.
So yeah, I was going. The funny part is the same pastor whose church we met at was counseling me and the other guy. And so we got to this one week of marriage count sex. And he was like, if you're not trying to drink holy oil to keep your hand off your mate, it's a problem. And I looked, it was like, oh shit, I don't want to do it with him. I knew it and I had known it, but I was hoping that like the Holy Ghost was going to like turn the light on once we said I do. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, he wanted to go on a trip. I was like, yeah, let's go. So I could see if I let him hump on me do something, nothing. And on the way back, I knew it was over. I think we both knew it was over.
Okay, there you go. In short, I like to summarize shit. Yeah. She was engaged to a guy. They went through marriage counseling, and the pastor was like, if you ain't trying to fuck this nigga, if you can go without fucking this nigga, it ain't really no chemistry. Yeah. They went out for a weekend. They didn't fuck, so she realized I ended up with her. Now, what I'm saying is, if you feel like you got to rev yourself up to have sex with a person, or a person has to do something, or take you out to dinner, or a person got to lick on you and suck your titties and all that shit to get horny. Y'all know when a person you're sexually attracted to, you'll get wet looking at that nigga. A woman will be wet when you on the way over her house. She even got out the shower. She wiping between her legs because her shit dripping. She don't want that little ashy line of pussy juice to go down her leg. A man will be pre-coming. You know what I'm saying? So it's a situation when you're sexually attracted to someone, that's not some shit that you should have to conjure up. So that's the number one thing. But let's talk about the subcategories of that. You have to talk about how often. How often y'all gonna sex? Like as a dude, how often you want to have sex? You tell her, How often do you want to have sex a week? What you think is good? My pastor used to say more than not. So 4 days a week out of 7 is more than. Now, that's not realistic to me, but hey, you have to talk about that. How freaky.
Yeah.
How freaky y'all gonna get? Are y'all gonna watch porn? Are y'all gonna go to orgies? Or are y'all gonna go to fucking swingers parties? Is anybody bi on the low? Or do anybody doing any crazy shit from their past that they know they're gonna be tempted to do? Are y'all gonna explore?
Yeah.
So you can speak on that real quick.
I mean, that's really good. And if y'all do this now, then in the beginning, then y'all could y'all have no problems readdressing situations as they change, because you might not, when you realize that this person that you wake up to every day is not making you wet, like the dudes that you was hopping in the car, you know, at 1 o'clock in the morning for, you'll start to judge what's happening also. And I think a lot of women don't consider that even when they think about the drive, or being needing to feel like you want to give some pussy every day, even when you don't.
So say, for example, in our relationship, I always say sex is not a top priority, because me and my wife have been together like 17 years and our sex just got bombed like the last 3-4 years. And part of it is, like you said, you could break that down about that feeling of animosity toward a man that you know you love, that you know you're gonna, when you're aligned, you know, service, submission, settle, and I'm your savior. It's like there's a fighting. I always say it take women 8 years in a relationship with a man before they stop fighting. So they finally settle in and say, you know what? I love this man. I'm going to cook for this man. I'm going to clean for this man. I'm going to jump when this man say jump. I'm going to do what this man say do. And it's like a fight. And you said that affect you getting wet. And what was your number one saying? If you can remember it live, you would say, in the future, can you?
Oh, I'm gonna get better in the future.
She would always say, it's good because in the future, when I get comfortable with you and stop fighting against you in my mind, sex will get better. You see what I'm saying? So speak on that as far as, and I used to say to her, you know I can fuck. You know, you just ain't relaxing, opening that pussy all the way up and saying it's hurting or whatever because you mad, and I ain't doing all the pussy eating up front. Well, I'll eat the pussy, but I ain't doing all that fake romance shit that women think they need. So I'm like, look, if you think you need me to get some flowers, buy some candy, light some candles, and do all that shit, you really don't want to fuck tonight.
Yeah.
So,
really
but
don't like
speak
me.
on that.
He used to always be like, you really don't like me. I be crying, I do like you. But I realized that because when you think about it, when you are riding in the car to go see whoever, right? You excited, you dripping, you wet. He don't got to do all of that. I mean, even if you do, he don't have to do all of that. So, and thinking about it, having real life for him was not fun for me. I was used to meeting dudes in the club and stuff. I met him at church. It was no fight, you know. The night he told me, I think you're supposed to be my wife, you know, he said he can't be with one woman. I was like, I'm game because I think everybody cheat. Boom. He said, I'm gonna pick your kids up tomorrow.
And you know, like, you was gonna cheat in your mind.
I thought I was gonna be a little better, but I still knew that I thought every dude that I had messed with had cheated, and I had still stayed with them. So I was like,
had did what?
Yeah, I cheated on everybody I ever been with.
Yeah.
However, I thought that once I got
most
married,
of us have,
right? So. And so I thought once I would get married, that because I wanted to be married, that those extra urges would go away. But if anything, they enhanced. And we'll talk about that, you know.
So sex. If you ain't ready to jump, you had something you wanted to say. If you ain't ready to jump their bones, if you got to get hyped up to sleep with them, if you know. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was what you were saying. Like he needed to rev me up because I was not turned on about him giving me rules. And somebody might say, well, if you wanted to be married to him, why were you bucking against all these other S's, like the service that he gave me and the submission? And why didn't I feel good? I felt good about them. It just made me I gave my own self a low self-esteem about like, damn, I thought I got my shit together. I'm damn near going by what he's saying, I'm damn near should have been done killed me and my kids by now.
Yeah. Say, for example, I'll
So-
give y'all a perfect example of what she means, so y'all don't think we just not attracted or want
Oh
attracted
yeah, we
to
be
each other.
doing it. We
No,
always
back
be
in the
doing
day.
it. We
What-
always did it.
No, it's a situation where it's like this. I'm a man. We go out to dinner with the kids, right? Or me and her go out to dinner. We're having a great day, right? A great dinner. We having drinks. We're having a dinner. Everybody know when you go out to dinner, you're going to fuck good. When you come home, your wife is excited. She got on her clothes. She got to show a man off. You show your woman off. But my wife might say some slick shit to the waiter. I have to check her for it. And she like, well, what's wrong with that? I said, don't talk to somebody like that serving our food. So I'm stern. I done had to check her. Now on the way home, she mad. She knocked out of the mood.
Pussy dry.
She knocked out of the mood. And I'm the type of nigga that's like, shit, I really like, I don't need you in the mood. Give me some head or some shit. Because
Do your duty.
submission is submission. Do your fucking duty. We done went out, we done had a good time.
Yeah.
And I might say some shit like, hey, I know you goddamn might not want to fuck because I had to check you in the restaurant.
Yeah.
But something gonna happen tonight.
Yeah.
And it's like in her mind of mine, she know I'm fucking serious.
Yeah.
And she know if she don't, I'll say, well, fuck it, I'll go somewhere else. She know that I'm the type of nigga that's serious about who I was when she met me.
Yeah.
So in the very same way, there are things that I know that she won't compromise that I got to do. We're going to get into that later. But what I'm saying is, it's so funny how in those situations, she would just let that situation dry her out. If I had to tell the boys, hey, stop kicking the table, you ain't gonna get no dessert. And I discipline one of the children, don't let them get a dessert or take their food.
Yeah.
You eat some noodles when we get home. We're gonna save your food. I'm gonna eat your food.
Yeah.
It hurt her so bad that I'm being a parent to her children.
Yeah.
That I'm giving her children responsibility.
Yeah.
It hurt her so bad that it knocked her out of the mood. Now she don't want to fuck me.
And how crazy is that? That's what I'm telling you. We don't be thinking like, at the least, we don't reason with ourselves like grown people should do, mature people. Well, you are having a good time. This one thing should not be worth you destroying your whole evening plan. Like, I can't even compromise with my own self. I'm stubborn to my own self. And he's the bunching bag of, or, you know, the point of attention that I'm putting it out to. And it just don't make no sense. It really, and when I think back at it, I think that grown, mature people understand that a moment is not worth the whole, you know, event. And a lot of times men spend a lot of times trying to pull us out of those moments.
Exactly. I'll give you a perfect example. It's like, I would always tell her one thing don't have nothing to do with the other. But on the flip side, she was the type of person, she likes makeup sex, which all women, meaning if she done did some shit and she wrong, she want to fix it by fucking. And I'm like, nah, apologize. Get the fuck off me. Get your ass off me. Rubbing on my dick, you know, touching on me. And I'm like, hey, check this out. I'm going to make you be a grown woman. Before you come in here trying to get some dick, apologize for what you said or what you done. Because what you're trying to do is sex your way out of the accountability of your mistake. So that would make a knot wet too.
Boy.
So that's
and
a
I
situation.
gave it to him so good, y'all. And let me just say this: like I will always still want to do it because he fine as fuck. So either way, it just be some dry sex. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but yeah, that shit.
And what's so funny to me, it don't be dry to me. It don't be dry to men because men get mercy pussy all the time, and we still can come. It don't be dry. It just don't be the fucking good pussy that it should be. But we understand all this bitch, man. Bent over, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the bitch could be bent over looking at fucking Grey's Anatomy, getting fucked, ain't saying nothing. And you like, damn, any other time you falling out. But people don't discuss this shit. So I'm the type of person that women are trying to withhold sex from men when they get mad. It's no different than tell them about the first time real quick, and then we're going to move forward. That you tried to put me on the couch. Much less sex. Let's have a shot to that. Hey, yo, we're going to have a break for a second. If we having a good conversation, everybody type, yeah. We want to have some interaction. We want to know that y'all paying attention. So we'll set now. We're going to bring somebody in. We're going to speed up and get the things going, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But to the conversation, to the realness, everybody needs to know, because when you run into this sexual wall and you realize you're not on your level, you cannot comprehend. You cannot comprehend. You can't compromise what's going on, and you break up. But if somebody tell you this up front and tell you don't even get involved, this is some valuable advice. To dating on your level.
Dating on your level.
The next thing is service. Service. Same way I said, if you can't look at a person and know that you would want to fuck them, service. When you meet a person that you're interested in, if you look at them, if you don't think you can cut their toenails, wash their drawers, deal with her period drawers in the sink, if you don't think that you can be of service to them and do service to them, erase it. Erase it. Because service means you're doing something that's a duty that you're going to do all the time, regardless of the situation. Sometimes sex is the service.
Yeah.
Sometimes cooking is the service. Sometimes cleaning is the service. Sometimes filling the car with gas is the service. So as a man, I'm service and duty oriented, and that's what I tried to teach her.
You taught me.
I'm not gonna not wash the car or not have. My wife don't like pumping gas. That's her pet peeve.
Not.
Like, she not gonna pump gas. I'm not gonna not have a car filled up with gas for her because we had an argument. But as a woman, there was a time that she would try not to do certain things when she was upset. So that service, if you can't do your service all the time, regardless of the situation, you know, I couldn't serve this nigga. I couldn't serve this nigga. I couldn't bathe this nigga. So if you meet a man and it's kind of like, take sex and service. He trying to holler at you, sisters. It's like, hey, what's up? I'm trying to holler at you. And you kind of, he all right, but and then he start talking about what he can offer you. Remember, dating on you, not dating on your level, is overextending yourself. So he starts saying all those key things, the narrative that he know you like. You know, I got one son, but you know, I'm open to a woman with kids because me and my baby mama get along. You know, we co-parent well, so I don't think that'll be a problem. And, you know, I earn a decent income, so, you know, I can contribute to the house. And your son and my son the same age. I can take them both to the barber shop. You know what I'm saying? You know, we can do all those things. And then, or he might say, well, I can fly you out, or I can buy this or do that. And then you start saying, like Scooby-Doo. We're going to call that the Scooby-Doo. The thing that'll make a woman say, oh, ho, ho. Now you're starting to say, well, maybe this nigga starting to look a little bit better. I wouldn't have fucked him when I first saw him. I wouldn't have fixed him a plate or a sandwich when I first saw him. But now that he done started running down this list of shit that he will do and that he has, maybe I can, you know what I'm saying? That's that Kettle One talking to me. Maybe I can come in here and do this. I'm playing.
Look, after yesterday, I'm taking it easy.
But do y'all understand that service? Let me give you a perfect example of service as we segue. Today, I shared this post on Facebook. This woman cooked for this guy. It was like some fucking black eyed peas over rice, smothered pork chops, and some sausages and neck bones in the rice with some cornbread. She gave it to him on a paper plate. He said he ain't like eating off no paper plate. She took a picture. I done cooked for this man, da-da-da-da-da, and he got the nerve to say such and such about a paper plate. Now, this is service. Service. We're talking about service. That's part of service. Okay, well, give me my steak on a fucking trash can lid, like Bill Cosby. Or bring me my beer in a goddamn plastic red cup. No, baby, put me a little glass in the freezer and get it cold, pour me some beer, or get my cold Yeti. Goddamn, you know what I like, bitch.
Know what I like.
What the fuck is wrong with us? She and all the women are justifying. Why the fuck can't he eat all the paper plate? She done cooked all the food. She probably had all the dishes washed, and she just gave it to him on a paper plate because da-da-da-da-da-da.
Have mercy.
Now, watch this. So I'm gonna explain it down so I can break down service. Now, watch this. All these women saying this. Now, my thing is, Betty Wright said, I was learning my man while I was earning my man. That's some of these young girls don't understand. My mother didn't like drinking out of plastic cups. I ain't talking about red. I'm talking about just a plastic cup you buy from Walmart or whatever. The reason being is my mother taught us how to wash dishes as kids. When you wash dishes, plastic cups, if you don't wash them first in that hot water, they can get a little greasy. So my mama just didn't trust our dishwashing skills. So if my mama asks you to bring her some water, she gonna say, rinse out a glass and bring me some ice water. And so I don't drink out of plastic cups specifically for that. So when I tell a woman that shit one time, she bring me a plastic cup, I done already check you off. You just some fuck bait. We gonna fuck because you ain't learning your man while you was earning your man. Now, people don't realize service are things, duties that you're gonna have to do all the time regardless. If you know you can't cook and that man want to cook, don't front. Don't cook 2 days. You know, I done gave you my little spaghetti with the salad and breadsticks. Every bitch cook that first. And I don't eat that because that's the period blood. You know, it ain't necessarily true, but that's what the old man say.
Yeah.
And then they fry the little chicken drumettes, the Walmart. And I be like, bitch, you got the drumettes in the bag.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with you off top because you ain't ready to cut a chicken. Now, I can tell if a bitch cut a whole chicken up for you. You know, certain things I know of a woman doing. But the point I'm trying to make is if you're not willing to serve a man. Now, I'm saying my granddaddy ate biscuits 3 times a day, fresh biscuits. My grandma was tired one day, bought some light bread, you know, regular loaf bread, as they call it. He smushed the shit up all in one. He sat there about 30 minutes smushing that shit up until he got it about the size of a biscuit. And threw it at her. He said, I don't eat no goddamn light bread. You know that. I don't know why you tried me. She said, I don't know what's wrong with me, Alec. I was tired. He said, you could have saved some goddamn biscuits from earlier before you tried to feed me this shit. Now, I'm saying that to say, on the flip side, there was certain things my grandma liked. My grandma was high-minded. Pretty black motherfucker, like to go to church. Pretty, her car clean. My granddaddy kept my grandma Louise's car so clean, meaning when you get up in the summer and the spring, when the dew fall in the morning, he'll go out there and take a shimmy rag and wipe in the dew on the car. So it's like she washing her cars. She love that shit. She love it. One day, my granddaddy Alec got too drunk and goddamn didn't get her shit shined up for church like she wanted to. Now, it's always clean, but he just didn't wipe the dew off that morning. I never seen my grandma cuss. Slap this goddamn ass on the couch. Alec, you ain't wiped the dew off my car. He woke up like a goddamn child. I'm going to get it, Lou. I'm going to get it, Lou. And he went out there and did it. Now, what I'm saying is service. I said all that to say, if the motherfucking man don't want to eat off no paper plate, he done told you that. Now watch this. I do all the cooking in this house. Now my wife can cook because I done taught her how to cook. But I do all the cooking in this house. She don't like certain things touching each other. So I might cook her main dish, her meat, pretty. But then I got 2 small saucers because she don't want her sides to touch. Hand to God, that shit is irritating as fuck. I hate to do it. No matter how tired I am, this bitch want a big plate with her main and a small plate with one side and a small plate with the other side. If we go out and I get something, if I'm taking pickup for her, what they call it, takeout, my wife want nachos. I'll pay extra, but listen, she want every fucking thing separate because she don't want it to be wet when I come home. What you mean, sir? Put a little hole in the box. What you mean, sir? Sir, I'm just telling you. Tell the people back there, I'll tip them whatever. Put the nachos in one thing. Put the cheese in one thing. Put the beans in one thing. Put everything in a separate container. And motherfuckers looking at me like I'm crazy, but that's how she is. So guess what? That's my mate. I want to serve her. I would waste my money, time, and energy if I gave Chris her food and the sides wasn't separated. Because guess what she gonna do? she gonna not eat it to prove a point.
It's gonna be soggy. I ain't gonna like it.
No, I'm talking about your attitude for real, because you did it the other day. It was something I did, and it was something, and I didn't even put it. It was just something, and you was like, I don't want it, and then you tried it, and then you was begging for it again. Fuck all that. But the point I'm making is
that sounds familiar.
I know my wife likes her shit like she like it.
Mm-hmm.
So as a man, I feel like you my wife. Bitch, do my shit like I said.
Yeah.
And she's my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Do my shit like I said.
Okay.
So it's not like the man is just always telling the woman what to do. Speak on that. Service. Because I got a couple of other things I want to talk about service. But speak on service and how we know we're gonna always do our speak on your speak on it.
I definitely understand duty, and if I didn't see nothing growing up, even with my mother being a single mother and had dated different guys, I saw her as a servant. Like no matter where her, and when I say that is she made a plate, she fixed it for them, she gave it to them, she made sure that they were comfortable, and that's what I saw. And when they would break up, it was almost like, oh shoot, I thought you was cool with it. Even if I didn't care for him extra, I thought you was cool with him. But I mean, she always said that's how you treat a man. And so I just don't understand again why this is a conversation again. Like if we was when we go to a cookout, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I make your plate, which a lot of times you like to make your own plate, that shit make me feel like somebody could look at me like I'm not being a woman to him because he likes to make his own plate. Or we might go to your family house and you'll have your little sisters make your plate before me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the fuck he likes. So I'm not going to have an attitude about something that he likes.
Now watch this, because I want you to keep talking. That's a good point.
Okay.
But watch this. Once I realized that she didn't like that, I'll let her make my plate. But when I'm at my sister's, I let my little sisters do it over her because I love my little sisters in a different way. So that's a thing that I give them. Mm-hmm. But anywhere else, I let her fix my plate. I'll give you another perfect example.
Well, I was trying to go somewhere with that. Anyway, so say something like a cookout. When we go to the cookout, it may just be paper plates. I so want him to have a real fucking plate that I will put a lot of plates together to just feel hard enough to feel secure like a real plate. I mean, who wants a flimsy ass plate, especially a man? So yeah, go ahead, Bo.
I'll give you another perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Having been a man that has had women over, or Lynn lived here, mm-hmm. or in the past, mm-hmm. chicks that I fuck with that have came over and I've been cooking or da. And you might have a chick that I fuck with that's really just genuinely a cleaning person. She start picking up shit around the house mm-hmm. and cleaning up before the party's over. The shit that I like in a woman. The shit that like as a side woman, if you don't do, you can't fucking be around me. Mm-hmm. So Lynn or any other woman is picking up and cleaning mm-hmm. and da. And I look at Chris and I realize she don't like that shit.
It's my house.
Speak on that real quick so we can have an understanding.
It's my house. And although like to the core, those are things like you might not know that you're going to feel some type of way about, although you like, it's the situation is all good, but it's like, it's my house. Right. And so even in that, you need to step out your way about it because the person is just there to help. They've been invited. They've been welcome. Everything was good up until that point. Girl, get yourself together and let it keep going. But for the most part, it's your thing and you want to shine in your thing. But
service, she wants to give do the service in front of people. But watch this. This is what's so crazy and funny because I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. Now, I used to say, why don't you feel like a boss bitch? Like this other bitch is cleaning your house for you. Now look, she like that when ain't nobody around.
Yeah.
When ain't nobody around, it's like, Lynn, clean that shit up. Take care of that shit up. Bitch, clean that shit up. I don't give a fuck. Bring me some shit. Bring me something to eat. Yeah. But when people around, she know people like, who is that woman in there cleaning
all
up?
My meals
yeah, people don't really. Lynn cook every Chris meal, pack Chris's lunch, pack my lunch. Real life shit, service. Mm-hmm. I wanted to quote Betty Wright again, learning my man while I was earning my man. Watch this. If women control when sex happens and men control when relationship happen,
Mm.
then women are going to learn that the biggest thing they can do for a man is service to win him over.
Yeah.
Think about that. If
Yeah.
y'all still listen, say, yeah, we just want to know we got the interaction because we ain't got but 3 likes right now. So if y'all listen and say, yeah.
I was looking for it on Facebook and I could not find it.
I see Melba Skate spoke on Facebook. So either way,
Okay.
if y'all listen and say, yeah. Now, listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
If women control when you have sex,
Uh-huh.
women decide.
Yeah.
Men control if I give you a ring and marry you.
Mm-hmm.
So who's going to conform more?
The woman.
The woman. So
Mhm.
she's going to have to figure out how to serve that man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, keep it real. Men just want some pussy and some food and a clean house.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't trying to be stupid, right?
Yeah.
Do I come at you and bother you about anything?
Mm-mm.
Not at all. Who keeps the house clean?
Yeah.
I keep the house clean. I'm a man who grew up. These are the traits that I have as a woman. I ain't no bitch ass nigga. I'm just a man that grew up in a house with a crazy ass mother that's like, we was poor, but shit better be clean all the motherfucking time. My mama would rub her hand under our bed, rub her hand under the couch in the living room, move the stove to see as we sweeping shit under the stove. That's how OCD she was about cleanliness. A law of attraction. My ex-wife, when I wash my hands in the sink, she wants you to dry the sink out.
I knew, look, yesterday we talked about not pretending. I knew those was not shoes that I was going to feel.
She knew.
I knew I like to throw my clothes in the wash machine, and I had you got a nasty, a dirty, neat side. You know what I'm saying? You got things that's kind of in order and stuff. And just from what he had explained that she did, I knew I was not going to do that.
This is my last shot. Now watch this. Watch this so y'all can understand this dynamic. Listen so I can understand dating on your level. When I met my wife, I taught her sons how to keep a house clean better than her. And this is not saying my wife not neat or clean.
I wasn't a maid. Let's just say that.
It's what I was used to as a man. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay.
Yeah.
She was like, that's hard for me. I'm like, well, look, guess what? If that ain't something you can do, me and the boys will maintain that. Because I want you as my woman. I ain't gonna try to force her to be something but you better not be dirting up after we got shit clean. But after a while, she got neat.
Boy, don't let me clean up and they don't fix something up.
God damn, she turned the worse than me. I'm like,
clean
damn,
up,
bitch, I taught you how to keep a fucking clean house.
Yeah, so you better clean up.
So now, listen to what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Service. If women control when y'all have sex, mm-hmm. men control marriage. I had to show her I need a clean house all the time. I want the bitch smelling like goddamn plug-ins or some shit. Mm-hmm. I'm used to that. I'm just used to it. One of the things that I always would test the woman in, and this is just advice, and I told my sons, when I walk in a woman's house, somehow I'm going to sneak in that kitchen and I'm going to look in that goddamn microwave. If that goddamn microwave ain't clean, you a dirty bitch. I don't think you wash your ass right. And somehow I'm going to go in your bathroom or your linen closet and I'm going to open the goddamn linen closet. If I don't see a lot of rags and towels and a lot of sheets, I'm going to think you're a dirty bitch. If I ever be with a bitch and I need a rag or a towel to wash off and she had to go in the dryer and get me some, oh, bitch, oh, you a dirty motherfucker to me. So those are things about service. I like cleanliness. Mm-hmm. Now, my wife is not dirty at all, but the point I'm making is my service is my wife come in the house. She's doing her student teaching right now. If I ain't got this motherfucker cleanly like I taught you how it's supposed to be, you got something slick to say, right?
You better do it.
I feel like a bitch. She like, I'm like, hold up, bitch. I put you on to the goddamn clean lifestyle.
I done had a long day. I need you to make this shit feel like
service.
To service.
Now, I'm gonna say it again. If women control when sex happens and men control committed relationship and marriage, the woman is going to morph more into the man. If you know you can't serve a man, if you look at that man and say, yeah, I'll take his money, I can do this with him, but I don't see myself giving this nigga a bath. I don't like he got titties, or I don't like the nigga feet. blah, 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 blah. If you can't be fully serviceful, dutiful, meaning doing what you're supposed to do. I'll give you a perfect example. When I first met Chris, right? I told her, you're supposed to be my wife. And I was honest about sex because my pastor had gave me this game. I said, I ain't going to fuck just you. I can't do it. Now, we can figure something out, open relationship. I can cheat and just don't say nothing. Whatever the fuck we can, however that go, bitch, I'm not fucking just you, right? She said, I think I can deal with that, whatever. You said I'm built for that or some shit. Anyway. Yeah. Now, as a man with service, I said, I'm going to pick your sons up tomorrow from school.
Yeah.
Put me on the list. She met me at the school, put me on. I said, I don't want them boys around women in the barbershop. It's going to make them soft. Them boys been with who every fucking day since.
Yeah, you.
There were times in our courtship and dating process, because we spoke about it yesterday. We didn't fuck for the first 8 months. I was serious about sex. I need to know I like you and I can raise these boys. There were times we would go through problems and issues, and I would still pick her sons up from school. I had a key to her house. I would bring them here, get them set up, house clean, everything.
Yeah.
Homework done, no matter what. I did my duty to her.
You always did.
I did my duty to her. I would tell her sometimes, she was like, we're going to hang out. And I think what it was, she was used to a motherfucker not doing their duty when we had an argument. So say, for example, I might say some shit like, you lucky I really like you, because this is a point right here where I would drop your motherfucking ass, because I got plenty of women that like me. I said, but I like you, and you don't even fucking understand how it is to be in a real relationship. Oh, let me say this,
okay,
so they can really get this. And I would say, so bye, bitch, I don't want to talk to you right now. So the next day, when it's time to pick them up from school, I pull up, she there. She think I ain't gonna pick her kids up because we in a beef. I said, get the fuck out of here, bitch. I told you we ain't having them at no salon.
Yeah.
So she was used to a motherfucker not doing what he was supposed to do when they was on the outs.
No,
hold on, let me finish, because I really want you to say it. I really want them to get that. I didn't let our relationship affect none of my service or duty in anything. Am I not going to pump your gas? But you go ahead and speak, because then you really needed to understand that.
Because what's so funny about that is I had never had nobody pick my kids up besides in emergency, right? And so definitely not no dude. Their daddy was in prison, so I didn't have that. So what it was is I was petty as a person. And so that's why my mind thought, well, if I wouldn't go do it, you think about it from the context of how you would handle it. I've never been in this situation before, so I didn't have no other, nothing in the back thinking, no past situation that made me think about it in this way. It was purely, I didn't know not to connect one thing to another. I was being petty. I would, you know what I'm saying? So I showed up because I wouldn't do some shit for somebody that irritated me.
We got a comment. I like this comment because I want to show what dating on your level really is. She says, keep it real. I'm tired of serving. I'm lazy now at times, and in some areas. I mainly want sex and not so much the relationship, but the kind of relationship. Get wife number 3 to clean up and give service. So guess what? Baby, you're going to find somebody. If you commit to that and dating on your level, look, I don't like cooking. I don't like cleaning. I like hanging out, fucking, doing whatever. This is the things I like. It's a nigga that's like, well, shit, you are perfect side bitch material. You see what I'm saying? And if that's what you want to be, because I say a lot of times our women are so stubborn, hard-headed, and pig-headed, and they gave up on relationships at this point. Really, they gave up on finding what we got. Let's just be real. Our women don't believe they can find this. But notice, looks ain't even on the list.
But
watch this.
Service for a long time,
but
this is way more than sex.
Service been on way more than sex, but looks ain't even on the list. The fact of the matter is, most of our women just need a nigga from 9 p.m. Friday. Meet me at the spot. We go out a date Friday night. We hang out Saturday night. Fuck all weekend. We wake up Sunday morning, go to IHOP, get some breakfast at 11 o'clock. By 1 o'clock, go your fucking way. I don't want to see you again till Friday. So that's what most women want anyway. So
Yeah.
whatever y'all offer to each other in that situation, that's good. We're moving forward to submission. Submission. Submissions means to give. If y'all here still with me, say yeah. We're just gonna say that from time to time. It just makes me feel like I ain't talking to the goddamn wall. So submission means to give. Submit your resume. Give your resume. Submit your application to the office. That means to give. Submit don't mean to bow down to a motherfucker and be weak. Submit means to give. Give. Know what you can do and submit to from day one. Day one. Will I listen to this motherfucking nigga? Because a nigga might could charm you, but that don't mean you'll listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
A woman almost need to be halfway afraid of a man.
Yeah.
Afraid to disappoint you. I'm telling you, brothers, if your woman is not afraid to disappoint you, she don't want you. Ooh, that's a rhyme. But if your woman ain't afraid to disappoint you, she don't want you. A woman's supposed to be like a little girl, afraid. See, this is the thing y'all have to understand. And I don't want women to misconstrue this, so I'm gonna say it differently. When a woman is on her job, or when a woman doing anything, a black woman especially, she don't like to make no mistakes. She don't like for you to be able to say, hey, Keisha, you didn't run them copies. Hey, Keisha didn't turn this in. Hey, Keisha, you forgot this. Oh, she will neglect her household. Her house will be dirty. She'll neglect her kids. She'll neglect her own health. But guess what? Ain't nobody gonna be able to motherfucker say Keisha ain't on point. The mic went out for a second. D. Hyman, that's my client, aggressive self-help. D. Hyman, that's one of my clients I work with. I think she done lost about 14 pounds in 2 weeks. She got the detox, and she's going through my aggressive self-help program. D, type up a little comment about it for me if you don't mind. If you're too shy, don't do it. I don't give a fuck either way. But to let people know, they can hit me up about that program. But the thing is a woman don't want to be wrong in any situation. So if a woman is dating you and you got her wrong or caught her in a mistake, and she don't say, oh my God, I'm sorry, I need to fix this, or she don't like you.
So you got to think.
She don't like you.
But look, I was getting caught wrong in so many things, and I was liking them so much, and it was bugging me out. Remember yesterday I said, and if you didn't see yesterday, go back and see yesterday. I was saying you went from like a lower number to a higher number.
Yeah.
I said 5 to 10, but you wasn't a 5. But what I'm saying is, I'm like, yo, why is this dude who I'm like not really checking for like that? I'm thinking he's my cornball. In a sense, like, why am I like so afraid to lose him? Like, why am I always like, I want to be better? I want to be better. Why am I so in my feelings when he redirect me? I never felt like that about nobody before. So, it was one of those things like I went through, and you used to tell me, bitch, it's because none of those niggas was trying to wife you. I'm trying to wife you. So we got to talk about this shit. We got to unpack this shit. Those niggas might have had the same, and they had to have the same problems with me because I've been the same fucking way. So if they're not looking at me as in a wife way, then they're not going to talk about the things that concern them. And so again, those was other reasons why the pussy.
Let me give them a perfect example. And this is just me being honest. Women never really been in love and infatuated head over heels a lot. So the first time they fall in love, like with you can expound on this with me. You get scared and you like, this motherfucker trying to change me. I'm losing myself for this nigga. But really what you're saying is, I'm willing to submit to this man. And give him his service and become what I need to be. I'm willing to learn this man while I earn this man. And I'll give you a perfect example of what I mean. I met this older chick, 61 years old, bad older bitch. And she be like, you just overtalked me. I said, bitch, why you keep talking to me? I hope she watching because she's a sneak watcher. And bitch, I know you watching. So no, I'm just keeping it real. And I said, look, baby, if you like me, you're gonna be a little afraid of me. You're gonna be a little afraid to disappoint me. But you also gonna, when I said, if I was to say, yeah, that shit can irritate you. I'm just making up some shit. But if you like me, after a while, when I call you, you're gonna be like, yeah, and that's when I know I got your stupid ass. Because now you talking my lingo.
Yeah.
The thing that I used to walk in the house and say, yeah, and you said, why you got to do that? That's so crazy. I don't like that. I said, it's okay. You don't like it. Once I put that whippersnapper to you, I walk in the house. Yeah, I'm like, okay, now this bitch is picking up my lingo. Now that bitch got my favorite beer over there. She got my drink. Mm-hmm. All the things that she breaking her neck to please me. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If it's not like that, if you ain't ready to fuck off top, give that service or submit, that's submitting your whole soul to a person. And I tell women this all the time. Which this is amazing to me. You don't want to submit to a nigga and make him a sandwich, but you want a nigga to save your life if somebody breaks in the house. Bitch, I think making me a sandwich every day adds up to, you can make me a sandwich for 30 years. But the one day that I protect you and save you and die for you, I think we even. Well, watch this. Yeah. Submission. I tell women all the time, I don't want to submit to no nigga. What's more submissive than letting a nigga bend you over, spread your ass cheeks apart? Can I get graphic? I'm asking my wife.
Oh my God.
What's more submissive than letting a nigga bend you over, spread your ass cheeks apart, hit his thumb like little Jack Horner said in his corner. God. Take his thumb, rub it on your asshole till your asshole gets excited and it accidentally slip all the way in. What's more submissive than a nigga piping your ass down from the back and then push your fucking head down in the mattress and digging your ass out with everything he got, or putting your legs back on his shoulder and he hunts like a pit bull? That's because them legs on the shoulders.
I think he's selling it too much.
Nah, I gotta get graphic. I want them to understand. And he then hunched over like that pit bull dog that Lorenzo be selling them little pit bulls. And he then hunched over like this and he got your motherfucking legs. And he putting that dick to you and you running at this point. Because guess what? You finna let the nigga hit your bottom like grandma said. She ain't never want me to hit her bottom. She would run. I said, let me get down in that second hole. And she knew deep down inside, I already listened to everything he say. I'm already sex. I'm already giving service. I'm submission. If I relax my core and let this nigga drop down in this second hole, this motherfucker gonna have me hooked. So what's more submissive than letting a nigga drop down in that pussy and that pussy said, and when you pull your dick out, the pussy come out with your dick. The whole pussy just faint. Yeah, my man Crook says detox on the way. Put your order in. What's more submissive than that?
Yeah.
I don't understand how women ladies, listen. I want y'all ladies to understand. And Chris, you break this down. Now, I always say some of the dopest shit, and people. That's why I'm a master teacher. It's simple to me, but I'm gonna say some dope shit right now. If I say this, if this shit is dope, y'all say don't say yeah. Say yeah, boy, like Flavor Flav. Yeah, so watch this. How can you meet a stranger, suck his dick? Yeah. Let him fuck you. Do whatever he want to do with your body.
Yeah.
Go all out. Put on your best panties, best drawers. Go all out to impress a stranger. Yeah. But won't go the extra mile for the motherfucker to help you pay your rent, who help raise your children, who love you. The nigga that's there always got it worse than the nigga that ain't there. Because a woman get harder each time. The wall go up higher each time. Mm-hmm. Jimmy hurt me. Johnny hurt me. Philip hurt me. Jimmy got his Oh boy, Jimmy Jack Horner sat in the corner. Jimmy got his dick sucked. Oh, you know, Jimmy got everything.
Told you that makeup
Jimmy
sex is
thumbed
better.
in the ass. She freaked out for Jimmy.
Boy.
But then after Jimmy broke her heart, now that wall up. So Jack got a little bit of harder time. Now John time is really harder. Now James time is harder. But when Jeff finally wife her, oh boy, Jeff got a hard time. Jeff can't get his dick sucked. She ain't doing none of that shit no more. So what I'm trying to say is submission. If you know you won't give all you got and give in to that person, man, I can't submit to that nigga. Now, I talked a lot on that because I'm teaching. Now, you give your segue on submission so that because they got to get it.
I mean, I grew up if I didn't see nothing, I saw a woman serve. So I wanted to be submissive. When the church I was in, he talked about submission. So I was good and brainwashed in that area. I think it's sexy anyway. Even when it was hard, I just, if anything, it might have been I wanted to be to everything. You know what I'm saying? And or I wanted to do it myself. I mean, you got to know what you need to submit to. Sometimes what you think is important to you that would be important to your mate is not. So in my best efforts, maybe sometimes it wasn't taken the way I wanted to, and I had to get, in the redirection and
let me get some of your like a liquor shot.
He wants some.
Split it up. Look, now watch this. Ask you a question about submission, service, and sex.
It was something else.
Real quick. Did you ever think that you would be in a situation with me? Just go ahead. That'll be the last one.
I'm gonna split it, baby.
Did you ever think you would do or submit and be in a situation with anybody else like you are with me? And just say yes or no.
Like I am with you? No.
Okay. And I'm trying to tell women, as you hear us talk, it's always gonna seem like never, not me, never. I wouldn't do that, never. It's always gonna feel like that. I promise you. But I promise you, there's always what I call them a Jimmy John. There's always a Jimmy John that you're gonna meet that you would do that for. Or let's just be real. There's already some Jimmy John that you done played the fool for before. So y'all know how that feel when you let a motherfucker do any and everything. And this woman can do any and everything. Let's take this shot real quick because we're going to move forward to settling because we want to bring somebody in and wrap it up. Y'all, the Cash App is the master teacher. Now we're going to move on into the M tomorrow. The M is money. Morphing ain't going to get too much in it. You got to get money, got to be talked about, and you got to morph. Settle. Go ahead.
As far as submission, when you was giving an example about, because people like to think that what I'm doing is so archaic. Like women don't submit. You're gonna be in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant. What? Submit? Feminist? Yes. Feminism, right? Submission. Like the fact of the matter is, women, how can you have sex raw with somebody and can't listen to him?
Wow, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Your life is in
your
danger.
life is on the line. You can't listen to him redirect you. That's got to be a problem. And listen, through all the great things that he is explaining,
major key.
I used to be really upset over the redirection. It made me not appreciate none of this shit. That's the crazy part. I'm on the other side of it. I'm laughing about it. And I'm actually showing you that you could get to the other side if you just let go. So that's why I'm really like this. I'm not going to be sad and crying over some dumb shit that I did. But it is sad that all these things that he was doing to show me, and because of some redirection, I didn't like it when he helped me with the kids, but I asked for a man that was going to help me with these kids and allow that to, be something in the bedroom. And if he wasn't a real man, that shit could have been worse. And at another time, especially in the summer, maybe we'll talk about it, or whenever we do it more for sex, the dangers that come out of women when they with a man, when you push them out into there. I mean, they already gonna, I believe
nobody likes condoms. Everybody like raw sex.
Right. So you just gonna keep pushing your man out the door for little shit. At least push him out when it's some shit. But anyway, so let's go to
so check this out. What she's simply saying, she said, if you want a real man, meaning this, fellas, for the first 8 years, you're gonna have to train your woman.
Mhm.
Meaning this, you're gonna have to put up with that. You're gonna have to train her. Although she was getting the bills paid, the husband, the provider, all this shit, she wasn't putting out and doing what she needed to do because she was in a space of, I can't believe I'm just giving this man everything. I'm doing it all, but I ain't want to be happy doing it. So I was able, as the man, to say, okay, yeah, but I can train her. She was learning while she was earning me, and I was training her. Settle. You're not perfect. You're not the perfect mate. We all settle. That's what makes the level. I think that's dumb about our people. Our women ain't got into a word. I don't want to settle. Listen, it could be $1 billion company talking to $1 billion company, and they have to come to a settlement. How fucking... I just want to pause. Microsoft, which is worth billions of dollars, can come into agreement in a deal with Windows, which is worth billions of dollars, and they come to a settlement. What the fuck make our women think they shouldn't settle? This is how fucking stupid.
We don't know words.
And the words, because our women will take on all the words. He's toxic. He's narcissistic. That's trauma. Our women are fucking stupid. Let's just be real. And I'm going to look in the fucking camera and say it. Now, I don't give a fuck how you feel. I have to be honest. She was stupid as a motherfucker.
Sometimes I still be doing stupid stuff. But
stupid shit all the time.
Not as much.
Constantly
don't say
stupid.
All that. Not constantly.
No, but you know what I mean.
Don't say constantly.
No, but you get
I've
it.
graduated a little
but
bit.
even
Just
to
keep making
this
your
day,
point.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, $1 billion companies settle. When a woman said, I don't want to settle, she's basically saying, the person I am in my mind is perfect, and you should want me like I am, but I want you to change this, and this about you. Watch this. And we'll get into it because you never really told me what you settled for me. So, but just be real. Because it be times, even on live on camera, when you explain it, I be like, damn, this bitch really worshiped me. This bitch thought I was a 10. This bitch thought I was 10. But I want to know what you settled.
The tallest nigga I done been with, and I'm tall. So fuck that. Okay. You telling me the shit I like. I'm just saying there's already things I like.
But let me move forward so I don't miss the point because I'm still teaching.
Okay.
In settling, I like dark-skinned women. If I had my preference, if I could have picked the woman I would marry, I would have married a dark-skinned woman. I like dark-skinned, nappy hair, and pink pussy hole. Because that's sexual, and that's first on the list no matter what you say. But am I going to forego this good woman because she's not dark-skinned? No. So that's just one thing. Real quick, what did you settle for me?
I mean, I already told you, you was my cornball. To me, you had high waters, and I needed the spirit of Tim's prayed off me at church. So that was a very big thing. I'm from the streets. I don't realize that how big this is for me. I just know that's what the fuck I like. So yeah, but you was everything that was on my list, though. That's the thing that we didn't talk about. I made a list. I was at this church. They trained me well. I made a list. So when I wrote this list, once I knew, I had already known him, but once I really knew you and you stepped to me that way, he never stepped to me that way through no other time he wasn't a man in church trying to like fuck around on his wife.
But I was fucking off on some bitches.
That's some other shit that I didn't know about. That's another show. What I'm saying is that, and actually I knew his I know his ex-wife, and she's a nice person.
And you did her hair.
I did her hair, but I wasn't trying to I wasn't checking for Jay. When he
and
came
guess
with
what?
me,
Let me say this: my ex-wife did her hair, and when I told my ex-wife, "Look, I'm gonna marry this new bitch, and I want to be divorced quick from you," she was like, "Okay, cool, nigga, we that cool." She was like, "What you gonna do for me?" I was like, "What you want me to do?" She was like, "We owe like $5,000 in taxes or some shit." And she was like, I want that shit out of my name. I went to Chris. I was like, yo, pay that shit off. I was like, my ex-wife said, if you pay that shit off, she'll divorce me fast. So we was divorced in like 6 months and shit. And I'm cool with my ex-wife to this day. I might have knocked her off a few times. I'm just playing.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of ones I'm about to knock off a
I
few
don't get-
times.
but
No,
anyway,
but go ahead.
Anyway, what I'm saying is, I mean, shit, that's just really what it is. I mean,
Settling.
you smartest person. I mean, for me, now think about it. Maybe some of this is about who I've been around and what I've seen, but like you, like only you the second dude that I've dealt with that was in college, and the first one he was fat, and I would have been settling, right? But I like him though, just in case you look, I did like him because you whatever.
Let me get
But-
the mic back because we got
Okay.
to get the savior.
All right.
In that settling, so recap. I said I like dark-skinned women. That's my preference. She likes street niggas.
Boy, you take me to a hood party. It's
Now watch this.
over.
I'm an athlete, 6'6", top dog, smart. I'm fucking number one in every fucking category you can put your goddamn mind on.
Yeah.
But watch this.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't a street
You
nigga.
wasn't. This
So
motherfucker's Jeffro. That's
Yeah. So hearing this right now, it's amazing to me that I'm like, this bitch liked it, that fuckery dope
Yeah,
boy
show you my
street. No, let
mind.
me finish.
Yeah.
She liked that shit so fucking much that of all the shit, master's education, handsome, big dick, fuck, educated. Look at my face. Look at my fucking skin. Look at my hairline. Look at me. I'm not being funny. This bitch I hate drug dealers
Yeah.
and street niggas and Tim wearing
Yeah.
motherfuckers. But guess what? That don't bother me. That's her thing. That's what she like.
Yeah.
But just hearing that live on camera, boy, that shit make me feel some type of
You don't
way.
feel like
That
Tyrese,
shit
do
make
you?
me feel
Oh,
some
no,
type
I
of
don't
way.
mean it like Tyrese.
No, I'm fucking with you,
No,
but
I
I'm being
get it.
honest. Like, I'm thinking, look, I would think you was starting your career. You didn't have any money. You was living in an apartment.
I would take care of a nigga so that shit didn't
I know.
matter to me. I would do that.
We just talking real.
Yeah,
We're moving
uh-huh.
forward. Then we're
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
bring
yeah, I
somebody
get
in.
you.
Savior. And this is going to be another thing. You're going to have to speak on how I saved you.
Uh-huh.
A woman is drowning in the dating pool. Like I said, me and Chris got married in Jamaica. We stayed in a mansion. It's about fucking 10-bedroom mansion. Everybody had their own master bedroom with our friends and with our best friends. And me and Chris, I had taught her how to swim. And Chris is known for not knowing how to swim. And watch this. We were swimming one day at Great Wolf or some kind of water park. And I'm way down here swimming way back. And her son is fucking somehow, she think he's drowning. He ain't really drowning. But I'm like, Chris, go get him. Get him if you think he's drowning. She in fucking 3 feet of water. She's scared to stand up. That's how scared she are of water. So she basically thinking her son drowning. He's not drowning. I know he ain't drowning. But this bitch so scared of water, she gonna let her son drown before she even stand up in 3 feet of water. And she like 5'8", 5'9". So this is how scared she is of water. I'm setting this up. So when we get married in Jamaica with all her friends, I get in the pool. I'm like a fish in water. I say, Chris, come get in the pool. Everybody said, Chris ain't getting in the pool. Chris ain't getting in the pool. Chris don't swim. You must not know Chris. Chris ain't getting no water. All her best friends, watch what happened. I said, Chris, bring your ass in this water, baby. Chris jumped in the water and swam to me. I had taught her how to swim. The shit bring tears to my eyes as a man. Even right now, because I remember that moment. Her friends cried.
Yeah. They did.
Dudes cried.
Yeah.
That's when they knew. Whoo!
Yeah.
Boy, this shit right here touched me as a
Listen,
man.
because we have
No.
been-
Let me finish it. Because I got to
Okay.
explain Savior.
Yeah.
I got to explain Savior. It's not me cutting her off. I'm the teacher. She's
Yeah.
adding. Her friends and the men there came up to me. They say, hey, bruh, this woman is deaf scared of water. They said, bruh, you taught her how to swim? They said, man, that woman love you. She trusts you with her life. That's when I knew I had saved her. That's why that's last. It's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
How does this person save you?
Mm-hmm.
Is they your savior?
Mm-hmm.
My wife believed in me.
Yeah. I decided to let you take my life.
My wife believed in me.
Mm-hmm.
She believed when everybody thought I was crazy and and I was the armor bearer and the fucking drama leader of my church, making plenty money to travel the world with the pastor, just chilling. And I quit that shit and became a teacher. She believed in me. She said, we'll figure it out. She was like, you dope. Her believing in me saved me. They don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand.
So when her friends was like, wow, not only was she getting water, I remember when she was about to let her son drown.
Yeah.
I taught this bitch how to swim.
Yeah.
Underwater and on top of water.
Yeah.
Savior. She was drowning in the dating pool out here fucking with these lame niggas, and I saved her. She like that fucking street nigga thug shit.
Yeah.
I'm college educated. Man, I ain't never been to jail, no criminal record, no handcuffs on my motherfucking wrist.
Yeah.
She said cornball. I said, bitch, I'm a good regular man.
Good regular man.
And I don't put myself above nobody else. It's plenty good regular men out here. For like real, though. My nigga Crook. I see niggas online right now. Rodney. I ain't going down the fucking list. But that shit brought tears to my eyes because they got to understand. Now, you explain to them how I saved you, how the Savior, how you look at that Savior.
It's funny because hearing you go back to the story and really see the pivotal moment in which I just gave in, that probably was a moment when that was the moment when I gave in, because I knew that I was so scared of something that I couldn't think straight, and I needed you to like help me to snap myself out of it. Right? Or else, even though he wasn't going to drown, it could have been a real situation where, harm could have came to him. And I was so, fearful that I couldn't think for myself, and I needed him. And I needed him to protect me. And I understood that he had that control over my mind and shit in my body. And I was like, okay, stop. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's when I decided, first of all, let you teach me something that I've always been scared of. Somebody threw me in the pool. I mean, I grew up at the beach, and somebody threw me in the water, like swim me, and I went into a soft spot of the sand that was under the water, and I couldn't stand up. So it always made me fearful about even, doing anything with water. And so to get in that, remember we would go to the Y and stuff, and you would teach me, that was me saying, okay, here you go. And here, this is my life, and I'm gonna give it to you. So when y'all see me, I've been made this decision like a long time ago, like I'm in here for the ride, like I want to ride, and women,
everybody say, yeah. Go ahead.
And when people see that as weak, you don't understand that until you give in, you'll never grow out. You'll never see the fruit of your relationship. You'll just be waking up every day irritable about what you in. And I realized that day and that moment, like, I don't want to ever be irritable about the help I know I need, that I'm asking for him, the service that I'm asking him to give me. Like, I cannot walk around feeling ashamed about this anymore. I gotta be grateful for what I have, and I don't give a fuck when nobody say I'm in here to ride. And to see that on our when we got married in Jamaica, that was a great time to show it to the people that didn't believe. But it was my way of saying to them, you're about to see your girl change. You're about to see her do some shit that you think you ain't never seen her do. And that's just like, fuck all that feminism type ideas about how I don't need a nigga and want a nigga. I love him, and I want to do everything that he wants me to do, and I care about losing them, and everything that says I want to be with him, you're going to see that off me.
So check this out. I wrote some things down for like how I define Savior. Well, we had to give you that definition, and I can't believe I cried. But I'm gonna tell you, it's funny. How is my thing your thing?
What you mean?
Earlier, I said you always. I said give an example of how I saved you. Went right to the goddamn same fucking example.
I'm saying I copy you. You saved me for the kids anyway. That's off top. You definitely saved me for that. But I like that. Can I just I like the damn spill of the
I
thing.
do,
but
listen,
everybody
just let me say
knows
this.
you
Let me say
saved
this.
me
Let me say
for
this.
the
Let me say this. Let me
kids.
say this.
Okay.
So you can understand, because
All
this
right.
is a learning experience.
Okay.
This is where I feel like women can't fucking think for their goddamn self. Now speak on that real quick.
I'm saying shit.
I
Maybe
think
so,
that's
I
a
don't know.
lazy brain that copied my fucking answer because it was cute, but that's okay.
I did
But
it already.
I don't mind it because you do it all the time.
Yeah, but
But just listen, I
Go
want
ahead.
them to understand
Go
this
ahead.
because we talking about dating on your level.
uh-huh.
I want these people to get the authentic, real you. Like, seriously. So right now, on the spot, can you come up with something else
I already
other
said
than
the
my
kids.
example?
You saved me because
Okay, there you go, the
statistically,
kids.
I would be
Yeah,
a single
explain.
mother. To
Well,
me, that's
explain
obvious.
that. No,
Well,
it ain't no obvious.
any
Don't
man that
copy
comes
my.
against
No,
you-
listen.
Go ahead.
I'm not fussing. She know us. This is how we
Yeah,
do.
go ahead.
So explain, if you say I saved you, save the kids. Explain that, please, because you just took my answer with the pool.
Okay, well, let me just say this since it's real. This really hurts my feelings a little bit. However, I know that shit don't really matter because I feel like what I said was for real. However, you sparked something in my memory, and it was a turning point in our relationship. That shit is real to me, whether he think that or
I
not.
know it's
However,
real, but I want
from
you
the
to
door,
think for your own self.
However, but you went first, so let me go first next time, and then you could go after me.
And
I
I
like
damn
to copy
sure
you.
ain't gonna copy you. Say what
I
you
like
just
to
said
copy
again.
you. What?
Just say what you just said.
I said, well, then let me go first because I'm gonna always copy you.
Okay, now I'm saying this live on camera for the people, and this is where you gotta motherfucking submit to motherfucking leadership.
Okay.
Right here on camera. Stop fucking copying me and tell these motherfucking people from your heart and from you. Because that's part of what makes this shit real. I don't need you to fucking copy me on camera. So explain them about the kids. And we not mad. This is how we talk all the time. Just so y'all can say, for example, listen, so they can see. Me and Chris was with our homegirl, met her. We was arguing over Tim's and fucking, what was it? Chuck Taylor's, what we was gonna wear that night. And we was arguing this anime. She was like, y'all arguing this sharp about it? I was like, that's how we do. So what I'm saying is, I'm not mad. She not mad. She just said she liked to copy me. I'm the master teacher, and I'm the leader of this relationship. I think it's better for the people if you stop liking to copy me when we're trying to teach them. That's all I'm saying. But if you want to continue to copy me,
and I will when it's something that I think.
Hey, people, can y'all look? Can I let?
Well, you could ask them what they think.
Let's do a poll.
Yeah.
People, do y'all want her to copy me and just be copy me and be herself?
Because I don't always
me?
copy you, so don't do that.
I know that, but you just said you like to copy me.
I mean, I'll be real because you can't be truthful.
The poll we're asking is, in order for us to educate and teach people, would y'all rather her be comfortable copying me or speak from my heart? Just let the people speak. Somebody say, are you nervous, Chris?
No,
we just.
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not.
But watch this. Since the beginning of the time, have I not been saying to you, stop fucking copying everything I fucking say when it's time for you to express the true you? Have not I been saying this? Real live on camera.
Yes, you have said that
before. So now we doing a real show trying to fucking reach the people, and you still sitting here saying, I like copying you. Now, there are some things we're going to agree with here, and that you're going to copy because we simply agree on the same thing. But you just admitted, I like copying you. You copied me, and then you said, well, naturally, first of all, you saved me with the kids. That's self-explanatory. That's not fucking self-explanatory to them.
Okay.
You're assuming to them. Meaning, basically, what you're saying is, I wanted to copy you, and now when I think about it, you saving me with the kids is the number one thing, but I figured they already know. So speak on that for a second. Just speak on that for a second. Okay. Now this is where you just speak on that for a second.
So, I mean, definitely we live in a world where they would tell us that it's okay to be a single mother, but when you're a single mother, you become a statistic. And when you're a single mother, your value drops. So there's a certain part of me that knew that, especially once I had another child, that I was not going to get all the men that I ever would want, right? I mean, any relationship that I was in, that was like, if this man is gonna want your children, and how are you and him and the baby daddy gonna get together, all that stuff. And bottom line, I'm a woman in the grocery store by myself. I'm a woman that's going everywhere by myself. I got bags, I got kids, I'm tired, So in saving me, you gave me, first of all, on the outside appearance, you gave me a hand to hold. You gave me a seat to fill. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to showing up for parent teacher conference, you gave me, you saved me from looking like the mother whose daddy won't that got a single mother. It's just always been those moments and where, damn, I wish I wasn't there by myself. And I don't never have to be that statistic again. And again, when people be questioning the whys of everything, or they don't understand, trust me, I get what I'm supposed to get out of this relationship, just from the fact that I don't have to look like a single woman with kids. And I remember talking to my mother about it, and she said, I just was trying to find a daddy for y'all. After I decided to leave your daddy, I never thought about how it was going to look to walk down the street by myself. So every man I've been with, I just been finding a man to be a daddy for y'all in that moment, so that I didn't have to feel shameful in society. So, I got to live it. And when I went into it, I didn't look at it like that.
Now, having said that, the fucking worst thing that a woman feels in life is being a single mother, unchosen, unwanted in her 40s and 50s.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fucking number one thing they feel.
Yeah.
And that's what they need to hear.
Yeah.
So live on camera, I just had to show her, you got to submit to me and fucking speak from your motherfucking heart. Because that's what they needed to hear. This is why these women are listening. They wouldn't be listening to no fucking couples for no fucking reason. These women want to be picked. These women want to be chosen.
And really,
these women want to understand, and that's what we're trying to teach them. So you got to be vulnerable enough to be honest and not copy me. But let me show you some comments. So what they said, and we ain't mad, but I want you to see. Speak from your heart. Speak from your heart. Be yourself. Speak from your heart. She's pleasing you. My kids are blah, 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 blah. Speak from your heart. I picked you because you have a voice. I can get any bitch to sit up here and goddamn agree with me. I picked you for that reason, because you had your own mind, your own opinion. These women need to know. Yeah, all that other shit is cool, but at the end of the day, I was a single mother out here struggling, hard life, no matter how much money I made. And I had 2 kids, and every time I went to the school and everybody looked at me, they said, where the fucking man at? And if you out here with 2 kids, it's hard and ain't no man around. And the older you get, people feel like, fuck wrong with you? You won't pick, you won't chosen. Bible said in the last days, 7 women were one man, saying we got our own food, clothing, and shelter. This shit was predicted when women couldn't own land or have jobs. How the fuck did they know that? That women would say, we got our own food, clothing, and shelter. We got everything. 7 women said, only let me be called by your name. I'm Javon's bitch. I'm this nigga's bitch, because take away my shame. To be a woman in this world unclaimed, it's actually some fucking wrong with you, whether you know it or not. And we keeping it real. It's no one else's fault but yours. That's why we're going to talk about smiling and so many other things. And some of it is we got to discuss mathematics and numbers. If women outnumber men 7-1, it's 6 women that ain't gonna have no man. But all them women gonna be fucking. So why not share the top niggas that's gonna what? Sex, service, submission, settle, and savior. But I like that. People think that look at it, look how we align. We got our own motherfucking handshake. Boom, boom. So people, I don't want y'all to think that that's us arguing. That's just me on camera showing her, hey, these people need to hear you. And I know when you're copying me. And I know when you're being you. I know when you're copying me because it's easy. And but what you said is real about the pool and all that shit. That is so real. I know. But that's a woman in her emotion having a emotional, pretty moment.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like I realized when I stopped fighting against our relationship, because it wasn't, I mean, women are taught to like not be okay. I mean, not really taught. We judge when a woman is listening to her man. You know what I'm saying? And so I knew that in order.
Break that down. Because I want to expound on that too.
We see
Say that again.
We judge when a woman is listening to her man. And so everybody's asking me, Chris, what's happening to you? I'm fighting myself. I'm saying I'm losing myself. So how long was I going to keep doing that at a time when the most thing that was fearful from me, which is water, and I'm about to let my kid die in it per se through my perception of water.
Yeah.
And you are able to yell, snap me out, and you can't get to me and say, bend down and just, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can stand up. You can stand up and then you can get him. You can just
see
walk.
What Crook said. The growth of Chris has always been our primary example and a foundation to your teaching. See, he's a master bears and bubbler.
Yeah.
He get that.
Uh-huh.
See, now watch this. Like you just said, in our relationship and in growing, as I'm watching you, I know when they need to see the real everything. And it's such a cool thing for people to understand that I'm actually leading you, but she's believing in me. So it's a give and take. It comes a time after you're going together and you ain't got to. I use my man Crook, for example. I remember when he told me, yo, I got this dream of starting this restaurant with this car wash. I was like, that's dope. Then he was like, well, maybe kind of don't know about it because people drinking and eating while they getting their car washed. They might drive home drunk. I said, motherfucking Chili's don't give a fuck about that shit. No other restaurant care. Do your shit. He did that shit. He obviously told his old lady that at some point his wife believed in that dream. That's what make a couple continue to rise, because you keep believing each other on the next thing.
Yeah.
Motherfucker might meet each other. You can be a doctor or a lawyer when you meet each other, but if you don't have something else, it's like, oh, he's just a fucking doctor. He's a lawyer. We got to grow together. We're going to open the chat lines because we want somebody to come in and sum up the lesson or ask a question, but at the least, somebody needs to sum up this lesson. Sex, service, submission, settle, and savior. If these things don't click up front, ooh, girl, I looked at that nigga, I fuck him. Girl, I give him some pussy just off looks. He gets my juices going. Girl, he wouldn't have to suck my titties, do nothing. I would just fuck him off looks. Girl, I'm wet now talking about him. Service. Girl, I fix that nigga a plate. Girl, I wash that nigga dirty drawers. Girl, I learn that man to earn that man. Girl, I will let that man mold me into what he needs in order to have him. Girl, I submit to that man. I give that man what he needs. I will make a sandwich. I will listen to him. I would do like she did on camera just now. She just submitted to my leadership. She could have said, nigga, I feel the same fucking thing as you. You couldn't tell me what the fuck I think. And then it would have turned into an argument on camera because I'm like, bitch, I know when you copying. So don't get too bold on camera. But she submitted just now because she knew what the deal was because she was doing it. Girl, I ain't settled for him. Girl, he ain't tall. He ain't tall as I like him, but he's sweet. He fit everything else on the list. He like kids. He work hard. He pay bills. He ain't no nigga out in the street. But he ain't tall as I want him. Yeah, he got a little gut. But I can get over that, girl. I got a little gut. Girl, I can settle here. Girl, I ain't never thought I would end up with a light-skinned nigga. You know me. Girl, I don't like them black niggas. But you know what? I settled here. Because this, girl, I can see how this man is my savior. Savior. We gave our examples. But does this man have good credit? Is that what you need right now?
No.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm talking
Oh.
to the people. Does this man have good credit? Does this woman own land? Is this a situation? What can this person save? Do your kids need a father? Do your daughter need a mother? That's my phone. Savior. What can they fix for your life right now? Like in Iyanla Vanzant, fix my life.
Mhm.
I can tell you where Chris fixed my life. Chris believed in me. She just believed in me. That fixed me. It made me say, I can just talk and be me.
Mhm.
And no matter how broke we get, she'll eat beans out the cans with me because she believed that this podcast can do something.
Mhm.
She believed Bears and Bubbles can do something. She
Mhm.
believed my music can do something. She believed in me.
Mhm.
That was the saving thing. You see what I'm saying? Anybody want to come in and speak and sum up the lesson? Y'all know how we do. Just for the life of love, just so we know the program work. Chris, speak on what you want to speak on while we waiting on somebody to come in. Somebody come in, even if you don't say nothing but hi, bye, fuck you, good night, Russell Simmons, I love you. We're trying to get somebody to come in. Now, let me put this. I always put this up because Cash App goes directly to you.
Well, while you're doing that, I know one thing I think of, and that's another show, but like if you find yourself in a situation where you have already tied your life together with someone that is not what you think your level is, I mean, which we know is your level, because it's the level that you've picked. I believe if you just treat a person like a human being, a decent human being, and be nice to them, whether you want to fuck them or not, be nice, smile, cook for each other, damn, make each other's plate, take care of your kids together. Just because you don't want to fuck somebody, don't mean you don't have to be nice to them. So if you decided, if you chose the person or let yourself be chosen, then you need to just be nice to the person and figure out a way to live the rest of your life.
Fit Mel, talk to
Hey,
us, sister. What's the
female.
deal? Summarize the lesson or just speak, ask a question, do whatever you want to, but we need the lesson summarized at minimum.
Okay, at minimum, I can do that. Hey y'all, I'm happy to be
Hey.
back. Welcome back. Yeah, I just wanted to say I kind of came in at the middle of everything, like right before you got to submission, but I think submission is sub. Am I saying it right? Yeah, submission is good, a good thing. I love to submit to my man. I have a new man now, and I'm very lucky, in bringing him back into my life right now. But I'm willing to do anything for him to keep him satisfied and everything. So like with the submission part, I'm sorry, y'all. It's like a fire across the street. But yeah, like with the submission and everything, I like the information that you said on that. And just talking to Chris about, her being real with the situation about swimming. I mean, I didn't know that she was copying you, but like, your wife and everything. But what I got from it was that she just kind of flipped what you said about, you saved her by teaching her how to swim, and she allowed you to save her by learning how to swim, but also just being open with allowing you to lead her in
Yeah.
whatever endeavors that she was trying to do.
Yeah, I definitely
Um,
think her explanation of it was a great explanation.
right.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful, dramatic, perfect for TV. But
Yeah.
I wanted her to I wanted her to not copy me. Like you said, you don't know my wife, but that was a great explanation what she did. But go
It
ahead.
was because she actually took my soul out of me for a little second, by saying that, because I understand. And Carmelo, be quiet. I'm on the thing. And just a little bit before I go, I actually saved one of my ex-boyfriend's life. He could swim, but for some reason he just got off of the beaten path, and I literally saved him. So he felt like he owed me a lot because I saved his life. So I guess that's why I kind of channel
Yeah,
into
you
that.
definitely gonna fucking
So, but look, let
identify
me
with
say
that
this.
story.
And
Yeah.
understand that we're here to teach a class, right? And
Hmm. Oh, the mic went out. I can't hear. You said we're here to.
Yeah, we're here to teach a class, right? To be real with people. So I do understand what he's saying. Like the romantic, I romanticized what he was saying. So when he asked me the question, that's where I allowed my mind to stop. And I have a habit, a long habit of having a lazy brain where I don't want to go back and really get it, right?
Yeah.
However, in the moment of it, everything I said, that was a real, like, until he said it, I hadn't looked at it in that way, because that was a defining moment for me as a person, because of my fear and what I knew. If I'm going to allow him to teach me this, I'm going to totally give up. However, for what the question was, and what a woman needs to know is that, first of, like, what I would want any woman to know isn't about the swimming. That's he and I personal thing, and that's not what we are here for. Even though I'm glad that you got it. Is that the world is telling us that it's okay to be single mothers. But when you do that, you become a statistic, and that does not matter what you have. It doesn't matter how much money you have. I work with professors that have kids and they're single women. You know what I'm saying? So still, no matter what, you're a statistic, and you cannot fix that until a man decides to wife you. And I'm so happy that no matter what anybody could look at and pick apart, mind you, we show it, we show it so that people have a model, because I didn't have this model, right?
Mhm.
And so no matter what you think about yourself, whoever's watching at any moment that looked at this and didn't like how the conversation went, whatever, you're a single woman. You're a
Yeah.
single mother.
Yeah.
And until a man comes along to get with you, you are a statistic. And when that man comes and he gets with you, he deserves your respect. He deserves your sex. He deserves your service. He deserves your submission. And it's a great thing to settle with him, because he has saved you. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
what women need to know. And maybe somebody needs to say it, and she need to say it with a smile, and she need to be okay. And I'm so okay
Or
with that.
maybe I need to sit here, and so many women have said to me, people inbox me, maybe I need to sit here and just let you copy me and them not get the real deal.
Yeah, like
You know
that.
what I'm
They did
saying?
that. He did that
Like-
for y'all, because remember, I mean, I don't. This doesn't. These type of conversations do not bother me. In the beginning, like even me jumping up on beds and bubbles, I like attention. So we might get off there, and I'm in my way, and he's trying to save me. Then he's trying to
Yeah.
save me. He's trying to save us. Right now, he's not. He's trying to save y'all by way of a conversation. He know I get him right now. He know I know all of this stuff about him, but he knows me enough to know, okay, Chris, you in your
You're in
fluffy
your
fairy
drama
tale.
mode.
So
Yeah. Well, when master teacher fusses, it kind of bothers my 7th grade person. But I think the reason why is because most black women, most black girls weren't brought up with the man in their house that
Yeah.
are in charge and leaders. And so we weren't brought up to hear that voice. So sometimes, I didn't meet my dad till I was 17, long story short. However, when he talks to me without a chaser. So everything is just straight shooting.
Yeah, I had to
So
get used to that.
yeah, so just getting used to that or whatever. But I mean, I learned so much from y'all interacting with each other as a couple, and especially an open couple. I mean, it definitely helped me. Definitely. So
let
Thank
me
you.
let me say this before we get out of here.
okay.
And men were dealing with women, and women were dealing with men. Men are always thinking, what's the problem? Let's fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you said your 7th grade self. Women really ain't paying attention unless it's pretty or dramatic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's just be real.
Yeah.
If that shit ain't pretty or dramatic, some shit we can talk about, women ain't listening to that shit. Let's just be real. That's why they say girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I say it all the time, and this is an example I give. Chris went to a wedding one day. When she came home, I said, how was the wedding? She spoke on this one thing that was pretty. The cake was pretty. Everything else, she explained how she hated the fucking wedding. She ain't noticed nothing else. what's pretty and what's fucking traumatic, what I hate. So I'm like, was it a mother's side, a father's side? Did the grandparents? Oh yeah, it was grandparents. Was it great grandparents? Yeah, now that I think of it. Wow, both sides had great grandparents there and grandparents. 4 generations of the wedding. Whoa, that's amazing. That's some shit that I'd have been there like 4 generations of the wedding. Goddamn, I had to pry it out of her.
Look, I do
Because
hair.
all
Their hair
she
was
care
fucked
about
up.
is
I was talking about the hair.
the hair was fucked up. The blah blah blah.
I shoulda did
Da,
it
da,
better.
da. I said, listen, I realized if the shit ain't pretty or dramatic.
And I like it.
So just now, the swimming thing was so pretty and dramatic to tell.
Yeah, it was.
It's not pretty and dramatic to say, you know what? Being a single mother drowning in the dating pool, being a statistic, and thinking my kids could come up with no father and be soft niggas, man. That man, when that nigga saved me from that shit,
Mm-hmm.
that's what. Because every woman don't even understand why. I got a car, I got a house, I got money, I got this. I'm raising my kids well. I can put them in karate. What's in me that feels empty? Why the fuck I keep falling for these ain't shit niggas or just want a man? Or why is it that I just can't be fully okay? Because
Your audio went out again, I think.
keep doing that. But Mel Schreiber, we thank you, sister.
Thank
We're
you,
finna get out of
Mel.
here because we
All
don't
right, you
go out
welcome.
abruptly. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all hit that Cash App up to Master Tisha. Javon is feeling good over here, but I only had 3 what I call kettle babies. Last night I drank a pint of kettle baby. This is what I drank last night, just for the fun. Kettle baby, give me a sponsorship. Y'all hit the Cash App, the Master Teacher. Crook, your detox is on the way. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we're going to go out the same way we came in for the fuck of it, for the love of it. I think I'm going to use this beat as our theme song for the Date on Your Level. I just like it.
Your secret garden. I wanna be with you.
Said my mic was muted. I got to go back just in case. He said, Jang Andrews. I'm copying him. You know I'm a comedian playing.
I wanna be with you. Let me lay beside you. Do what you want me to. All night. I wanna hold you. Ooh, baby, can I touch you there? Let's make music, harmonizing next. That's what a man is supposed to do, and I will be there for you all night. Pull your hand down, let me get you in the mood for love. Pull your pants down.
Get up, get up, get up. That shit right there, right?
I wanna be with you. And let me lay beside you.
do what you want me to. All night.
I'm copying them, y'all.
And you fuck it up on the wrong note. I wanna hold you. Yeah. Get up. Hey, y'all already know what time it is. I love y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about the M's. We're gonna give y'all 2 of the M's. You're gonna have to talk about that money, and somebody gonna have to morph. You're gonna have to morph. You're gonna have to turn into what the next motherfucker wants you to be. Man, let's get out of here. This is where a nigga been drinking and it just feels good. Y'all already know what time it is. Can we get out of here with a E Handala Robo Shot? A Shake O Robo Shot. Baby. Yay, sauce. Dabble. I done forgot this shit too.
Baby, can I touch you there?
Y'all hit that cash app.
Let's make music. Harmonizing ecstasy. I'll take good care of you.
Oh, we mixing.
That's what a man is supposed to do.